This week we're going to be looking at the unit circle in order to make a sine wave on a grid. Okay, so first I just drew a circle. This circle, even though it does go up 9 lines, I'm calling that a unit of 1. Okay, and we're going to look at the unit circle as we always start here, and we're going to travel around the circle to a 90-degree angle, 180, 270, and then back to 360. So this is going to be my 0. This will be my 90 degree up here as I travel this way. So let's put that in there. I'm traveling that way. All the way around, I have a 180. All the way around again, or another quarter, and I have a 270. And finally, right back, I'm at 0 or a 360 into my original starting point. Okay, and as we know, the sine function measures the height. Okay, for an example, if I were to draw a triangle in here, and if this were my theta, the sine function, well, here's my reference angle. It's going to be looking at the height of the circle. So my opposite is my height here over my hypotenuse. And because it's a unit circle, my hypotenuse is 1. Okay, that's not as important as just understanding that the sine function is measuring the height. Okay, so as we go around, the sine function starts at 0. And when we hit a 90, the sine function has a height of 1. Okay, a height of 1. A round of 180, so at 90 it has a height of 1. At 180, well, the sine function does not have a height off the x-axis. So it's a height of 0 at 180. And as it goes down to 270, it has a height of -1. It's 1 unit below. And then we go back to 360, and it has a height of 0. Okay, so we're going to look at that, and I've sketched out just a grid with, along my x, I have my degrees. So in equal spacing, 90, 180, 270, and 360. So what I'm doing to that unit circle is I'm stretching it out. Okay, and we know at 0, the sine function had a height of 0. At 90, it had a height of 1. At 180, it had a height of 0. At 270, it had a height of -1. So this up here is +1, and this down here is -1. So 270 is at -1. And 360, we're back to 0. So the sine function, if I can draw this correctly, will look something like this. And then if I were to continue this, let's say to 720, it would just continue to repeat itself. This part right here is a repeat of that part right there. Okay? So that's the sine function just stretched out that went around the unit circle. That went around the unit circle, and that's stretched out. This one I drew it on purpose because it has half of the height. Okay, half of the height here, so this would be a height of 0.5 and 1. If you were to figure that out using SOHCAHTOA, you would come up with a 30-degree angle. Okay, so where that relates on my sine wave is if this is my 1, 0, 1, half would be right about here. Where that fits, 30 degrees is right there. Okay?